Let's do this question. Two persons, Peter and Paul, played a game of points by tossing a coin. The 5 rules of the game are: first rule is, prize money is equally contributed by both participants. Second rule is, each person bids for one of the faces, head or tail. Third point is, 1 point is added each time when the coin shows up the face they had bid for. Fourth rule is, maximum rounds that can be played is 19. Fifth rule is, the person who gets 10 points first can claim the entire prize money. They started the game. Paul bid for head and Peter bid for tail. The prize money was ₹1,000. They had to stop the game due to an emergency situation. When they stopped the game, Paul had 8 points and Peter had 7 points. Here what we have to do in this question is devise a method to divide the prize money as they are not able to continue the game. Let's now discuss the approach for doing this question. Since Paul had a better score of 8 points than Peter, when the game was stopped due to an emergency, Paul should get more of the prize money as compared to Peter. But how much more, that we have to find out. Should we divide the prize money based on their current score? That means score of Peter as 7 and that of Paul as 8. Or we should divide the prize money according to the probability of each winning the game. We cannot divide the prize money based on the current score, because if that is the case, then we always have to divide the money based on the current score. We will have to do this even if Paul gets a score of 10. But according to the rules of the game, if Paul gets a score of 10, then he gets to take all the money. So this we cannot do, as it'll contradict the rules of the game. Here, for distributing the prize money, we need to find the possibilities as if they had continued the game, and what would have been their possibilities of winning had the 19 rounds been completed. Based on this approach, let's complete the solution. First, for solving this question, we need to find how many rounds of game are left. So it is given in the rules of the game that there will be 19 rounds, and Paul has won 8 points and Peter has won 7 points. That means 8 plus 7, 15 rounds have already been played. So total number of rounds which are left is 19 minus 15, that is 4. Now let's see what are the possible combinations for the remaining 4 rounds. There will be a total of 16 combinations. So these are the 16 combinations we can have for the remaining 4 rounds. Depending on these combinations, let's see what would be the score of Paul and Peter. Let's take the first case here. Suppose that in the remaining 4 rounds, each time we get tails. So number of tails here will be 4 and number of heads will be 0. So Peter had bid for tail and his score at the time of stopping the game was 7 points. So his score will become 11 points and that of Paul will remain as 8 only, which was the score at the time of the game being stopped. Likewise, if we take for the remaining 4 rounds, in 3 rounds we get a tail and in the 4th round we get a head, then number of tails will be 3, number of heads will be 1, Peter's score will become 7 plus 3, 10, and Paul's score will become current score plus 8 plus 1, 9. Like this, we can find Peter's and Paul's score for all the combinations. We have to remember here that as soon as a player reaches 10 points, he wins the game and takes away all the prize money. This is the rule of the game given. So the conditions where Peter will be victorious will be this, 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 and this. So here we have a total of 5 cases where Peter attains a score of 10 or more. And in case of Paul, there are 11 conditions when he will be victorious. So in case of Peter, we have 5, and in case of Paul, we have 11. So here is how we will divide the prize money between Paul and Peter in the ratio of 11:5. So Paul gets rupees 11 by 16 multiplied by 1000 equal to 687.5 rupees. And Peter gets rupees 5 by 16 multiplied by 1000 equal to 312.5 rupees. Let's summarize what we have learnt in this video. In this video, we learned how to find the number of possibilities and possibilities favorable to a particular situation.